Hi, welcome back to my channel. So we've got another reading for you today. We're going to be using the archetype cards and the Sacred Feminine Oracle, Tarot and Runes. So if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out massively to gain more of a community here. But also if this does resonate with you, please do perhaps put a little emoji in the comments or something just so that I know. And if this resonates and you would like to book in for a personalised reading, my details are down in the description box. So let's get into it. So, as I pull the cards from the archetypes, this may be 4 cards that represent your personality, or they may be the personality of the person that you want to know about. So, if it resonates with you, then obviously it's your reading. If it doesn't sound like you at all, or the person that you're looking for, then it's possible that this reading isn't for you today. But let's get into it and see. But I always think if you found this video, it's for a reason. So stick around, and let's see what we have. Okay, so we have, first of all, Bully and Engineer. Now, I actually re-recorded this video. I was just about to record it. Those 2 cards came out then as well, and I've just literally watched me shuffling quite a bit. So there's definitely a specific person watching this who this is for. Let's get 2 more out on here, and I do feel that you may be the same person that was watching a video the other day, actually, where the Bully came out then as well. I do apologise, the sun is so beautiful today, but it's kind of like in my face, but I'm not going to move because it's really, really nice actually. So you're just going to have to stare at the lines down my head, and the fact that you can't really probably see me very well, but I'll show you the cards anyway, so that you can see them. Okay, we have 2 more. Liberator and Trickster. Okay, so we've got Bully, Engineer, Trickster and Liberator. So, first of all, with Bully, we have the light attributes. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attribute is conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So, you may have had some issues in the past where perhaps through experiences you've had, you kind of had to become the bully, but also you've had to defend yourself and become intimidating in surroundings to protect yourself from bullying. So if that resonates, do let me know. The Engineer as well, so you've got the ability to create energy, to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions and common dilemmas. Shadow attributes is reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. So this could be you if you've got like a mind for, creating things, making things in a mechanical way, or perhaps you're good with vehicles, or you just know how to fix things in a mechanical way, or you enjoy that kind of thing. I feel like this is you. You have that kind of enjoyment for things. Or perhaps you have a lot of need for that in your life at the moment. Perhaps you have a lot of vehicles, or you, in your home, are trying to create your own things. I'm getting an idea of somebody that's sort of like got like solar panels, or trying to think of energy efficient ways in the home. Trickster. We have light attribute, transcending convention, stuffiness and predictable behaviour. Shadow attributes is manipulating others through duplicity. I do feel the energy of this one aligning with the Bully is perhaps you felt a need to be the manipulator in certain situations purely to make sure that you get the upper hand, that people aren't sort of manipulating you basically. So it's almost like getting in there first. And perhaps with the Trickster, I feel like what I'm getting is someone that's had to weave a lot in and out to avoid being tricked themselves. And Liberator, you've got light attributes, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, and your shadow attributes are imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Okay. So perhaps there's a part of you that wants to feel liberated, but maybe you don't. And maybe in the past you've perhaps placed that over other people who you felt have been liberated more than you have yourself. Does that make sense? Yes, it's kind of like if you wanted something, you were going to go and get it, regardless of how that might affect somebody else. That kind of, again, aligns with that bully sort of energy. Okay, now, I hope that this doesn't make anybody feel like, you know, oh, I'm a bad person or anything like that. It's not what we're saying on here. This is just energy that you are currently in that kind of makes up a personality type. So if that sounds like you, or it could be the person that you are asking about, remember, you know, if this person has perhaps felt a bit manipulative or hiding things from you, or perhaps just feeling, and you know, they have an energy that brings about people feeling intimidated by them, even if they're like, you know, actually not that intimidating once you get to know them, but they may give off that energy to start with. Maybe that is you, you know, and it may be because of deep fears from the past of being hurt that you've had to do that. But I do feel somebody that likes to feel liberated. You know, you have an energy of wanting to feel liberated. So maybe there's an energy there of someone that perhaps spends time by themselves or likes to go off on their own and do their own thing. And you are very creative, mechanically minded. You know, there's a lot to you. There's a real intelligence there, you know, and a real strong energy of what you give off to other people. So let's see what's in the feminine oracle right now for you. What is this archetype all about? Oh, I'll tell you what, guys, it's a good day for sunbathing, I think. Let's have a look what we have on here. What is the energy today? You may have to handpick one of these. Yeah, let's handpick. Peaceful. So maybe I feel that this is what you are heading towards. This is the person that you are, and that you want to, you want a peaceful life. You want to head towards an energy of peacefulness. In the past, you've had to kind of keep barriers up, I feel. You've had to sort of wear masks and things to protect yourself. But now you are in an energy of like maybe working more with the engineer, but engineering the kind of lifestyle that you want, and allowing a more peaceful way of being. Birds might be significant to you at the moment. You may be seeing a lot of feathers, or seeing a lot of doves or pigeons, that kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to get some runes now for you. So let's see what runes we have for working with your energy right now. Answers. Yeah, so this is a time for you all about communication. We're entering full moon in the next couple of days, so this could be a time for allowing yourself to release things from the past that perhaps have kept you in this energy of having to be feeling like an intimidating person, having to feel like you've got to be the trickster or wear all these masks and hide your truth. And answers is kind of like saying to you, you know, be guided by the gods. Allow Odin, if you like, to show you about duality and how you can be in your life, you know, to gain peace. We're constantly weaving between our ego and our soul needs. And Answers is there to help you with that, to really communicate your needs at a deeper level. Throw. So yeah, it's taking a chance on something that you want to speak about, allowing yourself to be heard. This might be a difficult situation for you, whereas because you may come across as intimidating to certain people, you actually are trying to come across as more peaceful, or like you want to make peace. It's what I'm getting. You want to make peace. And you're willing to take a chance on bringing this communication forward in order to bring peace. Yeah, that's what you're looking for, is peace, harmony, balance, giving and receiving. This is what you're heading towards, this is what you're working towards. So I do feel this reading is about you at this time, during this full moon now, understanding and realising the things that you need to release from your past versions of yourself. so that you can live in this peaceful way. Now I've just noticed there's 37 on the top of there, so that makes 10, and that's the wheel, which is about change and learning karmic lessons, and like, you know, being aligned with your fate. So there is a lot of that going on right now. You have come through a journey of learning a lot about yourself. You've gone through those lessons in order to bring yourself where you are now. Okay, so let's get into the tarot then and see what we have. So if this is your reading, then if this sounds like you and you understand what I'm saying so far, what is your current situation? Oh, got a bit of a headache there. So we've got the Five of Swords. So someone's very much in their mind. Perhaps you are struggling to let go of that version of your past self. It feels to me like what people are saying to you, it's like you can't let go of something that's being said. It's kind of like resounding in your mind. The words are echoing towards you, and you're trying to sort of gain clarity on that. So that's your current situation. So what about, yeah, the challenge, Four of Cups. There's an energy there of feeling like there's no hope, all is lost. So the challenge here is about sort of like, the challenge for you is asking for help, I feel. Asking for help and guidance from the right source. Because you're spending a lot of time feeling like all is lost. I do feel that there's potential for maybe regret from the past here. Or feeling like, I'm getting something about the past 3 relationships that have kind of gone a similar way. And there is something that is being offered to you, but you aren't seeing it. That's the challenge here, is kind of withdrawing so much and being stuck on whatever it was that's been said here by this person to you. It's kind of holding you in a place of not seeing what's right in front of you, or, you know, what is a new opportunity. So let's see what you need to focus on then in this situation. I've got to say, this has been the past 3 readings I've done. I've seen something about a red blanket or a red, I don't know, like a wrap or something like that. Something that's got a red colour to it that I keep seeing, that seems to be important. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So this is all about new beginnings and potential. So there is this opportunity that has been presented to you, but you aren't seeing it because you're stuck in your head about something that's been said to you. So they're asking you to focus now on, what is this new beginning? What is this potential, this opportunity that's been presented to me? And that's 2 cards now that have got hands holding something, presenting it to you. So you've got that hand, where is it? That hand down there, coming out with this bowl, yeah? But she's too focused on the empty ones over here. And there's this one over here that's sort of, you know, somebody's handing this towards you. It's got roots, it's able to grow. There's potential for it to grow. But this card's interesting on the challenge as well, because it's almost like, see that red down here? It's like this cup's been filled up with life force, with energy. It does bring you energy. And over here, it's kind of like, it does look peaceful. It looks, you know, like the grass is greener over this side. But for some reason, you aren't happy with it. So if you're not happy with it, even though the grass is greener on there, but this is all like psychedelic blooming rainbow energy, and it's constantly being filled. And it's being offered to you, but you aren't seeing it. Okay. So that's what you need to focus on. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to let go of? 2 of Swords. You need to let go of the stagnation. You need to let go of the inability to make a decision here. This is holding you in a place of like a stalemate or a crossroads or a block. So it's kind of like blocking you from being able to move forward, to see the new opportunity. It's time to take that blindfold off because you are blocking yourself from seeing clearly at this time. There's something here about a female in your life, possibly currently in your life, that I see somebody that wears a lot of lipstick and possibly has a tattoo, who is kind of giving you incorrect guidance. I feel like they're connected to that one on here, your current situation. Like something's been said to you and it's kind of making you really question things, or making you feel like you can't make a decision because of what's been told to you, what's been said. But this person, I don't think they've knowingly deceived you, but what they've told you wasn't a fact. It wasn't a fact. And we've got here those two ravens. They remind me of Hunin and Muggin, which is Odin's ravens, and they represent mind and memory. And what you have to ask yourself is sort of like, okay, so if somebody says something to me, you know, is that just in their own mind? Is that their actual memory? Is it a fact? Or is it just something that they think or believe? You know, it's kind of like a feeling I'm getting actually from this is actually it's something that's been told to you, perhaps through tarot cards or through some kind of divination, but it wasn't actually that accurate. That's what I'm getting from that. So if you have been watching videos or something like this, there's something specific. It must have been a personalised reading though, not a collective one. It's a personalised reading that you've been for, and the information actually hasn't really been interpreted quite correctly, but it's stuck in your mind and it's kept you in this sort of not seeing the opportunity in front of you. Yeah, it has affected, it's swayed you into what you believe in. Pop an emoji down there if that resonates with you and you understand what I'm saying, and you're always welcome to book in for a personalised reading so that we can work that out, we can look into that a lot deeper. So what are your strengths right now? What is your strength at this time? What is your strength? Page of Wands. Your strength is your enthusiasm, your passion, your inspiration. You are normally quite an inspired person. You're somebody that is usually has a lot of wonder for the world, and wants to explore, wants to know new things, is willing to open their eyes up to the world around them and the possibilities within it. But you've closed yourself off from that at this time. You're kind of holding yourself in a place of stagnation almost, but there's a part of you that's really wants to go and be inspired, feel inspired. And I do feel that there is this opportunity here that is being presented to you that does bring you inspiration. It does bring you that sort of feeling of enthusiasm for life, you know. Perhaps it's somebody that you admire or you aspire to be like, that you have been around perhaps. Okay, and what is the future of this? I'm not going to take that one. That was the Nine of Wands. I do feel that kind of flipped out to say that you are in a healing process right now. You're starting to stand on your own 2 feet a little bit more. You're very determined in where you want to go and what you want to do. The Emperor nearly came out then as well. So let's see, what is your future? What is the future of this? Maybe the future is determination and action. Oh, okay. So, funnily enough, it's coming up that your future is your past. So the Six of Cups is usually about reminiscing over fond memories. Maybe you have been spending a lot of time thinking about things that have made you feel happy, things that have made you feel good from the past. And it's almost like they are the stepping stones towards you feeling happy in your future. So perhaps this is actually the return of something from your past coming into your future. Something that brought you loyalty. Again, the grass is red on this one. So it's almost like the grass isn't green anymore, it's red. Whatever that means. Maybe blood is thicker than water. Maybe something that made you feel like family or like home, is thicker than what this information has been coming from this other person, this other source. That's what I'm getting from that. You know, I feel like somebody's got this sort of, keeps having these thoughts of watching something grow, maybe reminiscing over something. Like, it almost feels like perhaps a previous relationship or friendship or something. You're asking yourself, like, what would that look like now if we'd have stayed in that? What would it look like now? What would that have actually looked like? That's what I'm getting there for your future on here. You know, but you do have those sort of, those fond memories. They are helping to inspire you. They're bringing you deeper strength. It is actually helping you with that. But it does feel like the past is coming into your future. So let's see what your advice is here. What is this person's advice? What is your advice? Oh. Okay, I'm going to go with that one because that fell out first, and that's the wheel. So like I said before, this peace card, you know, when we put the 3 and the 7 together, we kind of do that sometimes with cards, just to make a round number. That makes 10. And the wheel is number 10 as well, which is all about change, fate. This is something that you feel very drawn towards in your future, that you've been blocked over because, or not seeing this opportunity because of that thing that's been said to you. But you almost know that it's fated, that there is change that is occurring within you. You know, you found balance within yourself. I can see a pair of muddy boots, so that's somebody that's kind of like been perhaps going on a lot of adventures lately, you know, perhaps going up to a lot of mountains, walking through a lot of mud, really muddy boots. You've taken time to explore, and during that time you've been really thinking, really pondering things, and that's probably why that future card is the 6 of Cups on there, because what you've been thinking about actually relates to your past, and it's possibly something that you feel fated towards that's in your past. And if an opportunity has arisen from there, it's kind of suggesting about, you know, there's an offer here, there's something being offered to you, but you can't see it because somebody else has told you something, but it actually wasn't that accurate. That keeps coming out. So, what is your environment right now? And again, it always makes me laugh. She's got like dice around her neck, which is kind of relating to Perthrow, which is that taking a chance, the gambling room. Yeah, dice are what you use to gamble with, aren't they? You know, and if you get a 6, a double 6, it's lucky. And it's almost like, you know, you've got to keep rolling. You keep rolling to see if you're going to get that. And each time you're like, oh, I didn't quite get it, I'm going to keep trying again, I'm going to keep trying again. It's almost like there is a will, a want to keep trying. And because of that, you're realising actually, maybe the information I've received wasn't true, because why do I keep wanting to explore that? Okay, when something's fated, it just feels right. And I feel like that's where you're at right now. It's what you're feeling. So let's have a look at your environment. What about your environment right now? Yeah, so in your environment you are full of choices, decisions and illusions. It's sort of like you really don't know what's elusive and what isn't at this time. You're looking for the snakes. And I feel like you aren't finding any. It's like you kind of are looking into this to find the snakes, aren't finding any. And that's kind of making you wonder then, like, well, hang on, because this person said this, but actually I'm not finding any of that, any evidence of that. So that's kind of clarification, if you like, from Spirit to say to you, it's almost like, well, you know, But the one he's heading towards is the one that's flowing there. Like the other ones have got snakes coming out of them, there's clouds around them, there's ladders or, you know, trickery in there. But the one he's heading towards, it's got flow, it's got water, it's allowing an emotional sort of outpour or intelligence, if you like. So it's almost like you know what to choose, or you know what direction to go in, but at the moment in your environment you're full of illusion of what's around you. Let's see what your hopes and fears are right now. So what are your hopes and fears? That's interesting. Hopes and fears are the King of Cups. So maybe part of you is hoping to find love, support, comfort at this time. But another part of you is fearful of emotional outpour, of allowing your emotions to be seen. That's very interesting to be your hopes and fears. We don't think we've had one of those before for your hopes and fears. So it's kind of like a balance between, it's kind of like surrendering to it, isn't it? And, you know, allowing vulnerability, but there's a fear around being vulnerable. Maybe as with the bully and the trickster there, you haven't really wanted to do that because of being hurt before or fear of being hurt. You know, if you've been hurt so many times, you kind of put that front on, don't you? But this opportunity that's coming in for you now is kind of allowing space for you to open up emotionally. And like I say, there's fear around that of that emotional outpour, allowing that emotion to come out. I've heard people say before, you know, it's sort of like, if I start, I'm not going to stop. But actually, maybe it's authentic to show how you're feeling, to show your emotion. Because this is part of your hopes and fears. So the hope there is for love and support. But maybe in order to achieve that, there needs to be communication. There needs to be an offloading of what is actually going on there, what is actually happening there. That's interesting, that's in your hopes and fears. So let's see what the outcome is here. Ooh, okay, well we've got the Chariot there, but I'm going to pick another one as well. So the Chariot is victory and action. So perhaps you, following this reading, you will have decided to take action. I just saw the Hanged Man as well, which is like surrender as well. We have the Chariot and Temperance. That's interesting because one is speed and one is taking it steady, patience. So perhaps you need to be patient with yourself, but you do need to take action. But either way, it's victorious. Either way, it is showing a balance of energy. So your outcome is actually really quite balanced. You've got like the black and the white horse there as well, that yin-yang kind of energy, you know, action and non-action too. So I do feel that you are heading towards a space of really finding that balance within this connection, within this. That's what I feel like this is something to do with a connection that's kind of like being left because of something that's been said on there. But now you're kind of realising, actually, maybe there's something within you that's kind of calling to you to take an opportunity that is being presented to you. Okay. Now, if this isn't to do with a relationship, this could be to do with a work situation or people in your life. But it's definitely saying in your future there's something from your past that is returning, that you've been thinking about, that you've been reminiscing about, wondering about. And it does allow for maybe a conversation that could be quite emotional, to allow that through. So this could be to do with family, if you've had a falling out with a family member or something. Maybe one family member has said something to you about that person. Like I say, I do feel like it's come from a divination type of thing, like a reading or something. It's kind of said, you know, but this is asking you to go off facts and go with what you're guided, what you feel fated towards, because I feel like you you know the changes that have occurred, that you've been through. It's almost like asking you what has stayed stable during those changes, and it's asking you to, you will be victorious over this, but be patient with yourself in terms of moving forward. I'm going to get one final card on here. Maybe like, what is your next action? What should your next action be? Just got the Three of Cups on there, which is about friendship. So it's kind of like working together as a team. Hang on, let's try that again. So what is your next action? What is your next action? Okay, I'm going to go. I've got the King of Swords on here. So the next action is talking about communication, but communicating deep things within yourself. I feel it's a deep conversation that's coming in by the look of this. It's like bravery in truth, and finding integrity with it. This is somebody that is able to stand in their power and feel brave, feel courageous, feel able to stand forwards. Yeah, I do feel there's a very strong bond here with this person and yourself, but I also feel that you've done a lot of work on liking yourself, feeling more confident in yourself, more brave and courageous, and going for what you want. Be a king. Even if you're feminine, be a king in your life, and get that victory, get that balance. So I'm going to leave your reading here for you. If that resonated with you and you would like a personalised reading, then please do get in touch. Again, please do like and subscribe to my channel. And just drop me an email if you'd like to discuss anything at all. Have a blessed day.